You are now inside the trenches with former national champion and Super Bowl champion, Marlon Favorite. Marlon will give you in-depth insight on some of the top stories in the world of sports with a little Southern flavor. Here's your host, Marlon Favorite.
Welcome back to another edition of Inside the Trenches. It's your host, Marlon Big Fave Favorite. And my next guest, he's from the 504, stand-up, Delgado graduate to be exact. You might have heard from Piss Your Pants. You might have heard him from his stage play that he wrote, If You Broke, You Drove. My next guest is none other than Mark Caesar, like the salad, baby. What's happening?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Y'all make sure y'all hit a fan clap. That's the I know you wanna leave me. Temptation clap right there, baby. Y'all make sure y'all follow my boy at Mark_Caesar on all social network platforms. Man, bro, thank you for coming on Inside the Trenches, man. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, I appreciate it. I just want to come on and say hello, somebody. You know, every time I hear, I be like, that's Big Fave's signature thing. Everybody don't have no signature, so that's I've always got to say it every time I see it.
Hello, somebody. Here we go. Talk to me now. I like it, man.
Yeah.
So you're a comedian. You're from this area. We'll start from the beginning. What more, I guess, got you into comedy, man? What made you want to be a comedian?
Comedy kind of chose me. I've been doing comedy 19 years now. So since the age of 15, I've been doing comedy. And the way it came about was just being where I'm from, from uptown New Orleans off West Street, and being around the people I was around. So I had the chance to be around a world famous comedian, early in life. Miss Jetta Dupree, got a chance to be around her. And, that's around the time she was on Time during the morning show and stuff like that. And we used to always go to parties at her house. She had the house, she lived on Napoleon Avenue, you know what I'm saying? The hot tub, the swimming pool, the big house. It's a teenager's dream. And her niece is one of my best friends, like absolute one of my best friends in the world. Like we grew up together. So it was only naturally. And then plus she grew up with my grandmother. So it was just a natural thing. So one day I'm at one of her parties and I'm ribbing, right? And you know how we do. And I think she about to she pulled me to the side. She said, "Mo, come here." I'm thinking she about to put me out the party, right? She said, "You think you can write that kind of stuff?" And I say, well, it's my stuff. I guess I could write it, because what I was doing was I was taking songs and remixing them, putting my friend's name in them, but ribbon,
Right.
So I was like, yeah, I guess I can. And I guess, as you say, the rest is history. It went from there, to just writing comedy, going to the open mics and just honing my craft and getting better and better, like putting that work in at a young age. But it wasn't until 2007 that I actually told myself, you got to take comedy very serious, because I was in the military, I was in the Air Force, and I was about to deploy to Afghanistan. And I was like, I know this ain't what I want to keep doing. So, that reality check could come in real quick. So, so I decided in 2007 to really, really make comedy my main vibe.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. It's funny you said growing up in New Orleans. I mean, we had to rib. It was a survival tactic.
Facts.
I'll never forget. I had to have been maybe 9 years old, and my cousins, that's all they did. My cousin Eric, Chopper, Dump, that's all. Every time I would come in and start ribbing, because being big and young is oh, you little fat. It was all kind of fat jokes. So I went to my pops. I was like, man, they keep making fun of me. He's like, boy, I know you ain't about to cry. What make fun of them back? And I went in there and I just started ribbing, and I got a couple little laughs. And before you know it, if you're going to rib, you better come with your stuff. And
you better come with it. Yeah. At least hold your ground. At least hold your ground.
And even in those football locker rooms too. I know we talked a little sports. In those football locker rooms, that was the thing. Like if you, especially for me, I was cut and released a lot, so I would come in the new locker room, so everybody know everybody on the team, but don't nobody know you. So I used to have this little thing we used to do. We should do it. It'll be like, okay, so I say, man, I see y'all looking over there. What's that, man? Y'all good, huh? So look, I hope nobody over there ribbing, joning, or whatever y'all call it, because whoever it is, I always give people 3 strikes, and on the third one, I just light them up. So, that's always been a thing. Bruh, I was on your Instagram the other day, and I saw your stand-up show. Looked like you had a little cut a couple months back, and this looks like it was. I don't know when did you do it, but
that was at the Culver Theater.
Huh?
At the Culver Theater. At the Culver Theater. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Man, that spot nice in the inside. I hadn't been in yet.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
That's cool. Shouts out to the Culver Theater. You had the Arnold Palmer joke, bro. And when I heard, like, dog, this is so funny. I heard the people that laughing. It's like, well, if y'all go ask for that drink, y'all make sure y'all add me. Y'all check this out for a second. Hey, bro. I would have been surprised if I wouldn't be surprised in New Orleans if I were to go to like a mom and pop restaurant and ask for that I'll get the fan a drink and the Coke mix.
Coke mix.
What
you know what's crazy though? So it's a true story. First and foremost, you know we got them uncles that think they know everything. You know what I'm saying? And you know they know everything because they older. You know, so my uncle, we had the Raising Cane's, and he gonna say, yeah, let me get a Paul Newman. You know, with all confidence. Like I'm like, Paul Newman makes salad dressing. I'm like, this dude about to drink a ranch. So
no, that's crazy.
So he arguing back and forth with the girl, telling her he get it all the time. And he tell us, you know, you take a little bit of tea and a little bit of lemonade and you mix them. She's like, sir, that's Arnold Palmer.
That's crazy.
True story though, man. True story.
And that's what comedy is. A lot of time people laughing at your life, man, your experiences and what you go through. Speaking of being a comedian, a lot of our listening audience, they're not familiar with the lifestyle of a comedian. I mean, we see the Netflix series, we see like Stand Up with Kevin Hart and all of those guys. Yeah, it's a grind. You know, I know a lot of it's being able to write, being able to budget, making sure everything works out. And just the structure, the timing as well, because you have to be funny, you have to engage. But at the same time, you got to do it within a time frame. If you have a 30-minute set, an hour set. So talk to our listeners. And if you're just tuning in, you're listening to Mark Caesar, baby. That's right out of New Orleans. Y'all make sure y'all follow my brother at Mark_Caesar. And yeah, baby, we're gonna have some fun for today, baby. We got jokes. I just let y'all hear one of his deal, but we're gonna have some fun at the end of the show. But talk to our listeners about the lifestyle and what it's like being a comedian.
So I think people just assume that everybody is Kevin Hart or Eddie Murphy, right? Or if you're not them, then you're not successful. When there's so many levels to comedy, right? Let's use a football analogy, right? If you're not Drew Brees, you're on the roster, right? That's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
To be on the roster is an accomplishment. Now everybody isn't superstardom, and that's very hard to attain. Superstardom is very hard to attain because we could think in our lifetime, me and you like the same age, babe. So like in our lifetime, we've had how many big name comedians? We've had Murphy, we have Eddie.
Yeah, we had a little bit of Richard Pryor.
Our lifetime. We had Red Fox. We caught the tail end. We caught the tail end of Richard Pryor. We had Eddie though, but we for sure had Eddie. We for sure had Dave, Chris Rock, and Kevin Hart. That's it. As far as megastars, I'm talking about megastars. As far as Black comedians, megastars. That's all we had. But then there's so many other comics who we know, and we know their material. We've been to their shows and things like that, who fall slightly under that, maybe a little bit more than slightly under that, under superstardom, but those people have made a niche and carved out a great career doing it their way. You understand?
Yeah.
So everything isn't the same way for everybody. So I try to get people to understand that. Like, so I make a good living with comedy. You know, comedy pays my bills. Comedy feeds my children. Comedy pays for travel baseball, which beats my pockets to the ground.
Hello, somebody.
but but you know, comedy makes a way. You know, and I mean I've done arenas. Oh, I've done one arena. Well, I've done Essence Festival twice. So that's the Superdome. It don't get no bigger than Essence.
Seeing you on a flyer.
Yeah, it don't get no bigger than Essence. You understand? And it's very rare that you have a comedian on Essence. So the fact for me to do Essence in my hometown at the world's largest indoor festival was huge for me. And that was, you know, earlier in my career. So you got to think, you go through ups and downs. You go through peaks and valleys. Like the pinnacle, you have your pinnacle, right? So Essence would be the pinnacle. So to reach the pinnacle at such a young age of my career, and now I'm right back in the clubs. I'm grinding again. I'm grinding again because that grind will never stop. It don't never stop.
The parallels between entertainment and sports is there, brother. It's really there, because that's like your typical athlete. You know, the pinnacle for me was the Super Bowl, right?
Exactly. You got the ring.
Year, right. I wasn't even active. Like, I was on a practice squad, but it's like there's guys that played this game for years that would love to have been in that situation. But to me, it was still about the grind. And a lot of folks don't know I played arena football. This is my voodoo jersey right here. You know, a lot of folks don't know, you know, my background in that regard. So, but to your point, that grind, like, you got to hit the clubs again. You got to, you know, put yourself out there. I mean, and I know the social network plays a major role, being able to have a following and have your folks who follow you see some of your stuff. So when you do a show, even if it's locally. Speaking of locally, all right, so I think our comedy scene here in New Orleans is pretty cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
it's on booming. Point, bro. It's booming right now.
Like, from you, Mario P-Town Mo, he could be an artist or comedian anytime he want. You know, Rude Jude, it's a more than a handful.
Bro, we got them.
Of really good comedians, like folks that have listening demographics like you, and not just New Orleans, but internationally and throughout the United States, people that, you know, go to your videos and watch what you do. Is there, like, I know the pandemic played its role for everyone, especially you guys, because y'all depend on being in venues and large groups to really, you know, see, you know, make ends meet. But are you guys going to do like another big comedy show, you know, here in the city?
Eventually, I hope so. We've done some major shows. We did the Oh You Do Comedy show, which was huge. That probably was the biggest comedy show in New Orleans history with just New Orleans comedians. The way it was packed out we did Eiffel Society, and it was just, the line was down the ramp. Like, you would have thought it was a club night, you know, all the way down to St. Charles. And I mean, it ended up being standing room left. And then it wasn't, I don't even know why I'm saying standing room, because there wasn't no room to even stand up in there. Right. And just to be a part of that was monumental, you know, and the way that the city came out, because you had P-Town Mo was the host. You had me, Shervy, Rude Jude, Mario P, who was the and Rob Kazi. You know, you had all us, you had all us on the same show at one time. So the lineup was insane, and just bringing all our numbers together. Everybody I just named have their own following of people. And like, it's people that follow me. That was 2016. No, that was 18.
It was 18.
That was 2018. So you got people who follow me who don't follow them. You got people that follow them who don't follow me. And bringing all that together, bringing all our people together, that was the biggest comedy show in the city, period. So that show could have probably did Mahalia Jackson or like The Singer or something. You know what I'm saying? That's how big of a show it was. And I like to live in the moment, but looking back on it, that show was huge. So if we could do something like that again, I think it's going to, once the city is opened up for us to do something like that again, I think it's going to be monumental, because we got some comedians in this city. Like, you know, we're not known for comedy here. You know, I
Right.
always tell people comedy is like the seventh thing you would decide to do on a Saturday night in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
true,
that's
man. You
probably
got
the
sports, you
seventh
have
thing.
restaurants, you have festivals. Yeah.
Yes. So that's probably the furthest thing from on your mind is to go to a comedy show, because that's not something that we're known for. We don't have a club to say, let's go pull up to the comedy club. So the fact that we're able to pull the numbers that we pull here is amazing. And then on top of that, we could go anywhere in the country and dominate.
Yeah.
You know, like the comedians that are from here, because New Orleans people will pay good money to say, I bet he's not gonna be funny. Like,
yeah. If you survive this crowd, you good, man.
right. The Big Easy, my ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If if you could survive, if you could get through that, then you are right everywhere else. Because other places, they come there to laugh. They come there with comedy on their mind. So if we don't have that here, we've been building that over the years, but that's not traditionally how we are.
No, we're traditionally known for jazz music, sports figures, the food, the festivals.
Yeah.
Like, that's when people think New Orleans, they don't think comedians. You know, usually spots like New York, Chicago, LA, they get the
Exactly.
credit for those type of entertainers. Man, switch gears a little bit here. Well, we'll stay on the same subject, but just, I want to kind of, everybody has mentors, folks that inspire them. I know for me as a defensive tackle, growing up, wanting to be the best and make it to the top of my career, I'm a student of the game, so I like to watch Reggie White, excuse me. Shouts out to Reggie Wayne too, New Orleans.
Shout out to Reggie Wayne, man, for real.
Shouts out on that. Those always. Guys like Warren Sapp, like that was the guy I watched. I remember Coach Ed Ogeron, when he was recruiting me in high school, he would show me tape of Warren Sapp, like, man, look, Fabe, this is who you remind me of right here, bro. Sapp, is you. You know what I'm saying? And it was like a thing to do for you as a comedian. What comedians inspire you over the years, or someone's tape you watched?
Actually, me being where I'm from, I had the people in my hood who was funny. Miss Dupree, you dig? I mean, if you ever seen Talking Dirty at the Dark with Martin Lawrence, that was her, Times on the Money Show, that was her. She's done it. She hit the top. Seeing her, just somebody that was right there in my backyard who I could go knock on their door and talk to about the parallels of what I'm trying to do. That was big. But also Ziggy the Wiggler, you know what I'm saying? I grew up with Ziggy like an uncle to me, you dig? Like, that's one of my mama good friends. Yeah. So Ziggy, like, he used to always mix me and my brother up. We don't mix us up no more because my brother's 6'6". But he used to always mix us up when we was little. But so Ziggy was big. That was a big thing too. Like, I thought Ziggy was the coldest, like with the wordplay and the way he would be snapping and witty. Like, the stuff that they got off the Cash Money albums, that was the watered down. Like, if you caught him in the barbershop, or you caught him at, like, say, a dice game or something, he cutting up. You know what I'm saying? So, so that's the whole watered down version of Ziggy. So I was able to grow up around Ziggy and see that, you dig? And also on a mainstream level, I never really like studied comedy too much, because I'm the type of, I want to be as original as possible with my craft. And I feel like originality jumps out in entertainment, so I never really, because I think a lot of comedians who watch a lot of comedians tend to sound like a lot of comedians.
Yeah.
And I try to stay away from that. I try to just like have my stuff to where I'm coming up with it. Like, I ain't heard nobody do it. You dig? It's like I'm in my writing process, I'm coming up with stuff. So I never really had a person, but I would say people who I seen do it, and I would like try to say, okay, I want to do it like that, would be like Chris Rock, from when he had the Chris Rock show, and just watching all those skits from the show become movies.
Yeah.
Like Pootie Tang and Head of State and, things like that. Just watching those skits become movies. Or Martin Lawrence, or like Ricky Smiley when he used to host Comic View. You know what I'm saying? Coming out with the characters and stuff like that. Like even Chappelle. You know, even Chappelle show. I've had the chance to work with Neil Brennan, who was the writer for Chappelle show. So though, you know, so yeah, I get people, you get a little flavor from, we from New Orleans, you know, gumbo, man. We get a little flavor from everything. But as far as a person, if I had to say, as the most influential on me, I would probably say Ziggy. Yeah, Ziggy the Wiggler. You dig?
Big G taller people, like you said, we got the watered down stuff, so I know those ribbon sessions.
I transform like a night ranger.
Speaking of which, man, when the last time you just roasted somebody? I know you've been like just.
I had a show in Slidell for my birthday, and the dude was like trying to go back and forth me while I'm on stage. I'm like, I got the mic, so you about to lose, buddy. So I just, hey, Fave, I just unleashed on homie. Man, it was so bad. It was so bad, man. I had to buy him a drink. You dig? I'm like, since he's at my dispenser, what he drinking, y'all? Get him what he drinking. Make it a double. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody like, probably turn around, pointing and laughing.
Yeah, because you know they like, man, just let him go, dog. Just let him go.
That's funny. All right, apparel, man. You have a lifestyle brand, Now or Never. Talk to our listeners about, you know, where did that come from? Got some fly stuff. I saw you had the hat on earlier. I wouldn't ribbon, bro. We ain't getting none of that.
It's all good.
The Nickel State hat, but it was, you know, Now or Never. There we go.
It do like the Colonel, son.
Look like Tim Rebo about to come out the back. Hey, yeah, that's cool. That's dope though. Hey, marketing, man. Look, the Nickel State players will rock them right there. You heard me? For real.
Yeah, I've done some comedy. I've done the homecoming comedy show before. It was ridiculous. They love me out there, Nickel. It's just a little bit too blasé. But but now the sort of apparel brand came from my 2016 comedy tour, the Now or Never comedy tour, right? That's when I stopped working for anybody. I said, this is it. It's just strictly comedy. This is what I'm on. And the comedy brand, well, the comedy tour, we did 56 cities out the gate. And then the next year, we did 56 cities, but we did all those cities at least 2 times. So we doubled up on the Now or Never. It was called the Now or Never comedy tour again. So everybody started recognizing me as like, well, that's your boy, Now or Never, like saying that I've been motivating them with my Now or Never stuff. And when the pandemic happened, it was like, okay, what you gonna do? You ain't about to be working. You know, bills still gotta get paid. You know, kids still gotta get taken care of. So I said, let's start designing. Let's make this a brand. I never in my life had any inclination that I would sell clothing outside of merch at my comedy shows. You know, like people want to buy something at the show, but I never once thought, oh, let me set up an independent brand with his own LLC, with his own website and everything, and his own store, and people go out and buy it. And I'm honestly very, very shocked. But it's also showing me what I'm capable of doing. You know, just doing more things as opposed to just being an entertainer. Like there's other ways for me to get it. Not saying I can stop entertaining, but things that can make money even while still entertaining, if that makes sense. You dig? Like, so just having that not passive income, because I got to put a lot of work into it because I do the work, but just having that thing that has sustainability on its own.
Yeah, and that's smart. We had to diversify, man. We had to. The pandemic forced us to get out of the norm. Like, okay, that's not gonna work. I know you wish it would work, but you know, it's just what it is, and it birthed a lot of things. Like for me, like virtual. I mean, I know this is a virtual interview right now, but for my training, I had to do the virtual training with the D lineman and, you know, an offensive lineman, and had to switch it up. And with broadcasting, everything came through this. Even with WWL this year, we did I never went to the studio, not one show. So, you know, this did open up, you know, those opportunities. You see, I got the Rick Rubin material in his sound material. You know, this was Jay-Z recorded 99 Problems in right here. But y'all, man, definitely check my boys' apparel out, and we'll plug it again at the end. Is www.nowneverapparel.com. I checked it out, man. Cool merch. Big time stuff, man. Keep up the good work, man. We support
Thank
us.
you.
You know what I'm saying? For real.
Thank
for real.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
All day. All right. So we're gonna switch it up before I let you go today. I know you got a busy schedule. When my guests come on here, I like to play a little trivia, right?
Let's do it.
And you said you're a sports guy. Now here's the thing.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna be a little rougher on you because you're a comedian. The questions aren't super duper hard, but the passing grade is 5 questions, right?
All right.
You got to get at least 3 of them right.
I mean, we won't pass.
If you don't get 3 right, I'm gonna have to rip you. Now here's the thing. I got the mic over here too. Now I got you.
You got the mic. You got the mic.
Your mic. You know what I'm saying. You got the mic too, but you don't get these right, bro. I'm have to rip you. So
let's go.
Let's get it. All right. First question. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They just won the Super Bowl, right? Mm-hmm. They had 5 LSU players on that team. Mm-hmm. Name 3 of them.
Okay. Fournette, Devin White, Mentor.
Yeah.
Who else?
That's one White, right though.
Mentor. Yeah. That's the 3. But I think I know all of them.
Cyril Grayson.
It's 4, right?
Yeah, it's Grayson. I was wrong. It was
Grayson. Yeah.
Grayson. Yep. Leonard Fournette. I was counting on the other side. I had made a mistake. Daryl's not over.
Right.
Daryl won on one though. At time, all LSU guys got on one now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
LSU won both years, so
hey,
you knocked that one
that
out
Super
the park.
Bowl. That Super Bowl was LSU heavy.
Heavy, bro. Heavy. It was heavy. It was
running backs, linebackers, DBs. Like it was heavy.
I think it was like 7 to 8 guys. Because sometimes like. I was a cat on the New Orleans one, but I was on a practice squad. So you had to really count to see the New Orleans, the LSU guys, but it was only like 3 of us. And even on the coast side, I mean, Reggie Wayne from here, but that was legendary. That lets you know right there that
Tracy Porter from here, well, from Louisiana, but went to Indiana. You know what I'm saying? So
right. That's bro. All these Super Bowls be NFL, Louisiana guys heavy. Because I mean, if we would have just went LSU in the Super Bowl. If we would have went like Louisiana,
just Louisiana,
your boy from Louisiana Tech was Darius Sneed. I think I'm saying his name right.
Yeah.
We had some Louisiana cats in there. He didn't come from LSU, but he was Louisiana. So you knocked that first one out the park, dog. All right, so New Orleans Saints, right in 2011, they had 2 first-round draft picks.
Yeah.
Who are those guys?
Oh. 2011 first round draft picks. Let me think.
2 first round.
Because they ain't on the roster.
Now you threw your own hand out there. One of them still on the roster. See, I'm helping them out. Is it that I don't want to get real? Oh,
no, it ain't that because I'm trying to think. Because I remember. Okay, so I remember that 2011 Saints team being more talented than the 2009 team. In my opinion.
Okay.
It just ran into that buzzsaw in San Francisco. But I just feel like that team was a little bit more talented. You dig? That was a hell of a game, though. You dig? It went down to what? The Vernon Davis play? But I'm trying to think. I can't put my finger on. I can't put my finger on those 2 first round draft picks.
You ready for the answer? You might be mad too.
Yeah, hit me.
Mark Ingram, Cam Jordan.
That was 11?
Them boys was drafted in 2011. Cam been on the team now 11 years. No, 10 years. This is 10th year.
10 years. So, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I remember Mark Ingram rookie season coming off the Heisman wasn't really nothing to sneeze at. You know what I'm saying? It was like, he's here. As you know, but Cam didn't get no sacks, but he had a lot of pressures his rookie year. He had a lot of pressures, but he didn't have no sacks. You can look it up. He didn't have no sacks.
He didn't. Year. Man, Cam started to get off.
Cam got crazy. His like 3rd year, 14. He went crazy.
Yeah. He has 1 year, he had 0 sacks.
That's what I'm saying. That was his rookie, but he had a lot of pressures. He had a lot of pressures off his end.
Because Cam came from Cal and they ran a 3-4 defense. So he was always that 4 technique. So he really had to condition himself and train himself to be
put his finger in the ground.
rusher. Yeah. Yep. So that one strike, bro. You got
a
few more.
I take that lick. I just couldn't remember the years. I know them two. I know it was because I actually remember the numbers. Because Mark Ingram came from a pick. It was a trade.
27 or something. 22 or 27. It was
Yeah.
something like that.
That's how
And
they
Cam was
traded and
out.
got
Like,
that.
he was early. I think we might have
Cam
been like,
was the earlier pick. That's what. Yeah, but
12
they
or
traded
13.
for that draft and that's how they ended up with Mark Ingram.
Yep, that's right. All right, it's all good. Okay, in what year? All right, when was the last year that we had a Super Bowl here in New Orleans?
The last year we had a Super Bowl here?
Yep.
It had to be the year Baltimore and San Francisco.
All right, you're halfway right, because that's definitely the teams that played in it. But what was the year? It was 2013. Boy, you got it. 2013.
Yeah, 13.
Super Bowl was here in 13. You're right, bro.
Remember, Jacoby Jones?
Yep.
With the 2 touchdowns.
I tried him on that when he knocked that one out the park.
Yeah, Jacoby Jones with the 2 touchdowns, crazy, you know.
Then he hit the Ray Lewis, then he hit the New Orleans.
Then he hit the Josephine Johnson when he scored. Yeah,
that was fire, man.
Yeah, and the lights went out. Beyonce performed. The lights went out. Crazy.
The lights went out. You had it. Look at him. He knocked that one out. But here's the thing about that Super Bowl, bro, and you know, with Jacoby, like, that's a guy from here, right? Was a late draft round pick, and you playing in one of the star receivers. That's big time, bro. Like,
and he ran a punt return back.
He took one back at home.
Like, I thought he was MVP of that game. No lie.
He was one of the superstars of that game. If it wasn't for Ray Lewis, and to be real with you, Ray Lewis was about to retire, he got the MVP. Just like, let's go back to your first question. If it wasn't for Tom Brady, Devin White should have got that MVP.
Man, I think Devin should have got it, period. Bruh, that dude was a menace.
Yes.
Like, every game, the whole playoffs. You gotta think of the gauntlet that this dude went up against. On one side of the ball. You talking about surefire first ballot Hall of Famers every game he played. What besides the Washington game?
Yeah.
So you got Drew Brees.
Mm-hmm.
You punished Drew Brees. You caught a pick. You had a fumble return. You knocked out the wide receiver who was going off on y'all. What's the kick returner?
Hey, Devin White is Alvin Kamara's kryptonite too. Like Alvin Kamara, that's the only guy he struggled with.
Sideline. He's ridiculous. Him and Debo are probably, I don't know, bro. Them from sideline to sideline is crazy.
Yes.
So looking at that, right? And then when he went there to Aaron Rodgers, bro, they stifled these people. Like, we talk about Aaron Rodgers, they say GOAT. They say the most talented quarterback they ever seen touch a ball. And Devin White made him look regular.
Yeah.
Like, the credit ain't like he a young cat. So, and then you go to the game against the new GOAT. You go against the new GOAT, and they don't even score a touchdown. They don't even sniff the end zone.
And Patrick Mahomes, you know, this dude not even looking and throwing passes some of the time.
Ridiculous. Devin White was ridiculous. The thing that he got to LSU was a running back. Like, what?
A lot of people, they don't even know that, though. They don't even know, bro. That's crazy, man. That dude, he did deserve to get the MVP. All right. You got 2 more questions left. You got 2 right. So you get 1 out of the, you're in the safe zone for now.
I like how you did that.
And, okay. What is the name of the professional rugby team here in New Orleans? Got a rugby team here. It's your city, bro.
We do, and I be listening to these dudes on with Gus. Gus be talking about
with Gus sometimes.
They come on with Gus, and I can't think of the damn name of the team. You got me on that one. I don't know the name of that team.
You ready?
Yeah.
The NOLA Gold. The NOLA Gold rugby team.
GOLD?
Yep, like bling bling.
I wouldn't have got it.
All right, bro. This your last question, man.
I wouldn't have got that one. That's a great question, dog. I would have got that one.
NOLA Gold rugby team. Yep. All right. In the late 80s, early 90s, the Saints had a wicked, just ferocious linebacking core. What was their nicknames?
the Dome Patrol.
Oh,
And then you had Ricky Jackson, Sam Mills, Pat Swilling. Who I'm missing?
You're missing. I call it a brain freeze.
We know them three for sure. But there was
You're missing
they was
Vaughn
crazy.
Johnson.
Vaughn Johnson.
We ran a 3-4.
I had the poster, man. Pat Swilling led the league in sacks one of them years. It's crazy.
That's crazy, man.
Pat Swilling put up some numbers off that edge, man.
Man, just that team alone, I'll look it up by stats. Pro Bowls, Ricky Jackson went to 6 Pro Bowls. You had Vaughn, he went to 4. Pat Swilling went to 9. Yep.
9 Pro Bowls?
Sorry. Ricky Jackson went to 12 Pro Bowls.
Right.
Vaughn Johnson went to 8. Sam Mills went to 9. Pat Swilling went to 9.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, bro. First team all pro, Sam Mills at 96. And then Pat Swilling, he was 4-time in 91, 92. Man, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, that team totaled out, 20 Pro Bowl. Like that was an insane. We had a wicked defense back then.
Imagine if they had to go up against the 49ers twice a year.
Yeah. And then remember Ricky Jackson went to the 49ers and won a Super Bowl.
And got the ring, yeah. Got the ring.
He was on the team.
Ricky Jackson, the first Saints Hall of Famer, though, right? The first Saints player to go into the Hall of Fame.
Was
Ricky I think Willie came after. Willie had those years in Kansas City. Willie had the years in Kansas City. Ricky had already got in.
Right. I know Drew gonna be a first rounder.
I think you got a few of them. I think you got a few of them that's gonna go in now. Coming from the Saints.
Michael Thomas had potential.
I think Michael Thomas, I think a lot of people have a short memory, but they don't remember like the year, the first 4 years of this man's career. And then after he got paid, he had his best year.
He got paid before the 2019 season. Yep.
And he set the records. He set the yard. I mean, he set the catches record. You know what I'm saying? So they call him slant boy all they want. He gonna slant his way all the way to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he is, man.
This is my opinion, but I feel like Michael Thomas extended Drew Brees' career.
Of course.
I feel like Drew would have been done. You dig? But I feel like he would have been done at probably like year 15. But I feel like Michael Thomas extended his career. And he won't get that credit. But it's the proof is in the pudding. Like
2019, bro. Like the first few years, yeah. Like his rookie year, that second. But when he came up to 2019, I mean, you win MVP.
2019, you play 5 games without Drew.
Yeah. And then that's what got Teddy paid. He helped Teddy out a lot because he was finding Michael Thomas. Because at the time, Drew was hitting those short passes to Kamara.
Some people just always open. Some people just always open.
Hey, bro, he make it.
I got a question for you.
Run it.
I got a question for you. Devontae Smith or Jamar Chase?
This might be biased. I'm going Jamar Chase.
Okay.
I'm going Jamar Chase because I think he's more physical. Devontae Smith is probably has a little quicker finesse. He's skinny, like he's smaller.
He's very slim, very slim.
But he got both of them have the hands. Like I would have probably said
they both go up and get it at the highest point. They both go meet that ball in the air, dog.
Yeah, I just
think Jamar just different. The numbers that Devontae put up this year, Jamar put up similar, very similar last year with Jets next to him.
As a sophomore.
We gotta think of what Jets did the league this year.
Yeah.
Like Jets could have easily been rookie of the year. So just think of the work that Jets put in. And he had Jamar next to him. And I remember when the season first started, they were saying Marshall was the dog of the group.
Yeah.
They were saying that Marshall was the dog of the group. Not Jamar, not Jets. And Marshall a beast. But we see what Jets did in the league, breaking Randy Moss records. And I just feel like Jamar gonna be like, I don't know, them draft boards saying he might not go past 6. But look, man, Devontae had a year. Don't get me wrong, but he had some dogs that with him. You know, that Judy and Ruggs and Waddle. You know what I'm saying? Like he had some dogs that with him. So
he had some dogs, bro. Yeah.
But Chase had some dogs too with him.
Yeah.
Like we saying, I mean, come on, think about this. Marshall had 14 touchdowns that year, and he missed. I think he missed 3 games. The other, the championship year.
5.
And he had 13 touchdowns, and that's your number 3.
He got off in the Bama game too, and he was getting off this year. It's so insane. I will say this though about I remember the year is 2018, and I was doing I might have been like on episode 30 or something like that, and I wanted to start getting my wave of LSU interviews. So I hit up Mickey Joseph, went out to Baton Rouge, had some other stuff I was handling, and me and Mickey sat down, and my first question was, and this was off air, I'm like, man, how the receiving core looking, man? Who's your starters? And he went to saying, oh, well, 2, he's my number 1 guy. And then 1, and then 6. And I stopped him, man. I said, wait, I know Justin, I know he's been on the team a year because he gray shirted the year before. He said, oh, no, coach, this is my best receiver. But I said, those other 2 dudes are freshmen. That's my best receivers on the team. Mickey told me that, and lo and behold, that 2018 year Joe Burrow had was good. You know, it put him like 6
but we didn't
3.
think that was no number 1 pick we weren't thinking first round with Joe going into that season.
Yeah. And if you remember that year, it was kind of a mixed year. Like they would hit Jefferson, they would hit Chase, but not as much. And then 2019, man, I had to call Mickey on that. I said, bro, you told me about these dudes before we even saw them. But he's like, bro, I'm telling you what I see at practice. I mean, so it's and we had Stingley Sr. on a few shows before this one, and
hey, that's a dog. Hey, Stingley Jr., bro, that's a dog. Like, I don't know what happened this year. That wasn't on him. What happened this year? I don't know. Bo Pelini should have never got back to Baton Rouge. And I know that's your old coach, but he just should have never been back in Baton Rouge. He should have never been back in Baton Rouge. He should have danced on that like that country song that people like to sing.
Oh, man. You like our new hire, Coach Jones? From the Vikings.
I think he's gonna be good. He has Louisiana roots. So I think give him a shot. A lot of people say he's never been a coordinator. So I think give him a shot. You dig? Somebody gotta start, people gotta start somewhere. Like Dave Aranda wasn't always a coordinator. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta let people get their feet on them, get their time. I mean, shit, you just gotta see, excuse my language, you gotta see what, we just gotta see. I think you got to see the talent is not the issue. The talent is there. Yeah. We know that. The talent is there. We just got to see what they do.
Yeah, and along with that, the talent is there. Year in and year out, I mean, you see Keon Butte, what he was able to do. But I just think right now the Saints and LSU are almost working in sync. It's almost like they got the same consultation because of the movement of the coaches. You know, you have Coach Carter there from St. Aug. He's an offensive assistant. You have Chris Richard, he was out in Seattle, right? With that top dog defense with Richard Sherman.
With the Legion of Boom,
yeah, and you saw what he did in Dallas with Brown and all of those corners. 2 years ago when Dallas was really rolling, and then now the Saints then hired him as a corners coach. So I just think it's a good synergy of coaches coming this way, and the better the coaching, the more strategic you are, plus the talent. So I do look to see, New Orleans and LSU really take off this year.
Yeah, I think so. I really feel like, and I feel like Drew Brees was great for the city. He was great for the city. He was great for the team, everything over the years, everything he's brought to the organization. I feel like great. He's gonna be part of the organization forever. But I just feel like teams didn't have to drop their safeties no more. And that's hard to get over when it's like when Adrian Peterson was a beast.
Yeah.
You knew he was about to get 8 in the box. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he still prevailed, but it was like with Drew, it's like they're daring him to go over the top. You know, it just don't happen. But we see when Jameis came in the game and slang that thing, and it's beautiful on the money. I told y'all, I said Jameis got new eyes. Y'all didn't. I'm telling y'all, I said the man got the surgery. Just imagine if he had the surgery when he led the league in passing last season. Like, just imagine he led the league in passing. Yeah. Interceptions too, but he did lead the league in passing.
He got his eyes fixed.
Right. Man, then he got his eyes fixed.
I had Patrick Peterson on the show back during the pandemic, early in the pandemic, back in April, and I asked him like, who are the two toughest quarterbacks you win on? And at this point, he had just made the All-Decade team.
Yeah.
He said Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
He said the same thing you just said, and he said, man, my guy got the surgery. Yeah, Sean likes Jameis too.
I think so too, and I think they can get him for a low deal. You know, something that they can, you know, grow with them and see what they got. Because I think the pieces, like I said, the pieces are there. You just need somebody that could keep the defense honest. You know, I feel like the pieces are there. Like I was looking at the tape that Brian Baldinger was breaking down, and it was sometimes that Kamara was just wide open. Yeah. Like if he got the ball, he was going to house it. You know, I'm talking about nobody within 20 yards of him, and just Drew just skittish with the reads, just missing them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's time. And for me, bro, I understand the motivation, but it does seem like he's kind of chasing Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Like
you chasing ghosts.
You chasing ghosts, man. Yeah, bro.
Ghosts.
Just
let it go.
He's
still winning, and he's older than you, and he's still winning. So
yeah,
you're chasing ghosts, baby.
Come on over here, man. Come broadcast with us, bro. He come on over. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it, Drew. You're gonna be the new Tony Romo because he's killing it. They need to give Tony a Emmy, bro.
Tony need a raise. Hey, yeah. Tony. The way Tony called the game, bro, I never heard nothing like that. Like Tony make you feel like he's sitting down, watching the game with a bill. You know what I'm saying? And Tony just saying what he see on the field.
That's it.
He's just saying what he see.
Yep. Well, Mark, before we let you go, man, talk to our listeners about what you have coming up. Like, what's the next show and how could they get the merch?
Yeah. So my next show, I'm going to be live in New Orleans on February 27th. I don't know when it's going to air, but the show going to be on the 27th. And I'm going to have some other stuff coming down the pipeline in March. So just be on the lookout for me, like Marlon told y'all. Y'all can follow me at Mark_Caesar. That's CAESAR. You dig? Follow me there. Also, if you want to buy some stuff from Now or Never Apparel, you can check out the website at www.nowandneverapparel.com. And check that out, man. I appreciate any love that come my way, man. Thank y'all.
Now, we appreciate you for coming on the show. Now, that's tomorrow. That's the show's going to probably air Friday night or Saturday morning. This is a Saturday evening show.
Yeah, Saturday evening.
That you have. Where's it located?
It's going to be at Honda Wanda's, Uptown New Orleans on 2417 Dryden Street.
Okay.
So that's right at the corner of 2nd and D, right there by Sportsman's, by Mia X. And we right there. Yeah, Honda Wanda's is the name of the place.
Big time. So New Orleans, if y'all need somewhere to go on Saturday night, you want to laugh and enjoy yourself, y'all make y'all way over there. And early in the day, the NOLA Gold rugby team has a game at the Gold Mine. So if you and everybody want to go before your show, hit me up and I'll let the guys know y'all coming through.
Is the Gold Mine at Ted Garmany?
The Shrine on Airline.
Oh, the Shrine on Airline.
Where the Baby Cakes used to play. That's the Gold Mine now.
Yeah. I played a bunch of baseball games there.
Yep.
In my old high school days, man.
Yep. Yes, indeed, man. So y'all make sure y'all check my boy out, and y'all make sure y'all follow him at Mark_Caesar. Well, that does it for another edition of Inside the Trenches. We want to take this time to thank God for waking us up this morning, baby. Secondly, we want to thank you, the listeners, for tuning in, reposting, retweeting, sharing the show with a friend. It's greatly appreciated. We want to thank comedian Mark Caesar for coming on the show today, man, talking to us about his career, what he has going on, man, and just talking sports with your boy. We appreciate him for coming on as well. We want to thank the sponsors for the show, the NOLA Gold rugby team, Conquer Sports Pros, the Brian Chiropractor Wellness Center. Thank y'all so much for what y'all do for the show. It's greatly appreciated. We want to thank our producers for the show as well, Deli Boy on the tracks, the music y'all hear in the background. That's all Deli Boy and Tony Flair on the tracks. If you want to become a patron to the show, y'all can hit me up on my Twitter at BigFave504. You want to ask, you want Mark back on the show, you want some other guests, let me know what content y'all want. We want to, hey, if you want to listen to it, we want to talk about it, baby. So y'all make sure y'all hit your boy up. Springtime is coming up. We got spring ball. We have so much stuff. So we're going to keep y'all informed with everything. And if you forgot anything that I talked about today, anything, make sure you remember this. God is love, baby. Peace.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Inside the Trenches with Marlon Favorite. Tweet your questions now to @BigFave504. Let's connect on Facebook, Marlon Favorite Senior, and Instagram, BigFave_D-line_guru. Check him out during the week on ESPN New Orleans 100.3 FM or Sports Hangover with Gus Kattengale on SoundCloud and also on the LSU Sports Network app. Remember, God is love.